Good evening, guys. All right, so I'm going to go over my FX book, and this is a sentiment report. So this is the sentiment in the market. Now, we like to look at sentiment because that gauges where the liquidity is. Remember, market makers need liquidity. That is the only way that the market can really function. Is that for a buyer, you need a seller. All right. And the reason why price move is because there's an imbalance. So there's more buying pressure than selling pressure is going to push price up. And if there are more selling pressure than buying pressure is going to push price down. However, you're going to have to find a way to create liquidity. You do not, if we all were playing a lottery, it doesn't make sense for 95, 98% of us to win the lottery. If that occurs, nobody really makes money. Instead, the lotteries works is because only a few, maybe one, sometimes it may be where you may have multiple people win, but majority of the time is one, right? So if one person wins, look how much money can be paid out, but at the same time, look how much money is made through the lottery as well too. So they don't want to pay out a lot of people. So you always want to be the minority in the market. We do not want to go where everyone is currently at. Okay, we want to go where there's least traffic, not a lot of people there, and that is probably the route that the market makers is going to take. So here we go. Let's look at the Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollar right here. What do you notice? All right, I'm gonna leave it on the screen. All right, so short 6%, only 378 lots. That comes out to 2,012 positions. Long 94%, but it's 57,000 lots, and then it's 18,960 positions. So before I even go to the chart, which direction do you think that the market is going to go if we understand liquidity? So if 94% are long, where are the stop losses? So you got to think if the market goes long, that means they got to pay out 94% of the participants. What if that is $1 billion? The market makers say, I'm not paying out no billion. However, what if all their stop losses is maybe worth 800 million? The market makers may say, hey, we rather go pay out the 800 million to the 6%, and we can what? We can make a few bucks off of that as well too. And then after we collect that, then we can go long and we can get the rest of all the people now who are going short. So let's go check it out. Voila. Look at us. What do we have? This was 156 pip drop to the downside, wiping out all those 94% who were long. They provided a liquidity. Because if all of you guys are buying, then that means that, hey, I'm trying to sell you something. So basically the market maker saying, hey, you're the fool. You're going to buy something that we want to sell. They want to sell. So if they want to sell, they need people who want to buy. And what better opportunity where you have 94% of people who want to buy? So here you go. But they are so big that their orders, it trumps over all of the buy orders. Means there's still an imbalance. Remember, the market only moves for the imbalance. So that means that the market maker is too huge, is too large. So then what happens? It just boom, 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 boom. But then eventually it's going to find its footing, and then we'll reverse this, and maybe we come back up. We don't know when, but that's the name of the game. And you can see that dynamic throughout all of the chart. Look at this. 200 pip drop. Yeah, it's going to go all the way back to back here. It's a 350 pip rise to that area, or to this area. It's a 251. But you see that dynamic that happens all the time, guys. So the name of the game in forex, or even in crypto or stocks, equities, uh, commodities, right? Your job is to say, hey, where's the liquidity? Who's providing liquidity? So if 80% are short, that means that the market makers have something that they want to buy. So when crypto was getting slaughtered and going down, a lot of people don't realize that the market makers are still buying. They're buying them. That they are masking their buying because they know when they really, really want to buy. When let me put it like this: when the market makers are ready to really sell, that's when you're going to see a massive move to the upside in the market, and then it's going to go into a distribution zone. So this is what it looks like. Massive buy, distribution. All of this is just distribution. Boom, distribution. This is the origin. They get a huge order down here. This boom, and they're selling. Cause they're still selling. They're making money all on this, even though they bought right here, but they're still making profit. Push the price back. Boom, 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 boom. They're selling. Another massive boom, boom, boom. They're selling here. This is where they make money. Market makers do not make money on these run ups, guys, at all. Because that means they're just a balance. That means they're not enough. There's just too much buying. There's no one selling. There's nothing. Yeah, there's not enough selling going on here. So if you're holding on to something that keeps going up, and if the market maker wants to sell right here, but there's not enough buyers in the market, if they want to sell, so then when they get into this region right here, now they start selling to all the so-called dumb money, start coming in the market and like, oh, I'm left. I'm getting left. What they call it, FOMO, fear of missing out. So they get up here, they're willing and dealing, they're willing and dealing, they're willing and willing. Boom, 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 boom. So look what's happening. These are all selling pressure, all originating from down here. All right, what happens? Boom, push back up, will and deal. Bam, will and deal. But you look at this whole trend, it's going up, it's trending up, but the whole entire time they are selling based off of this origin. This is a massive buy order coming to the market to push this thing up, and now they coming off these positions. So if something called, let's say they had 1,000,000 shares or 1,000,000 of something here, they may get 5,000 off here, maybe 3,000, 8,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. It's all within different ones, but they're dwindling down on that million. And then finally, when they got out of enough that they're sold off, that they're satisfied, then the market begins to change its trend. So always understand that the entire market is based on liquidity, supply, demand. That's it. All right. Hope that video helps. Hit the like button, subscribe. It's your boy E White. I'm out.